The fool represents that one senseless idea that has deprived us of the perfection that is our inheritance. There is only one error in thought that it is possible to make, and the fool is there to explain to us what that thought is. So fasten your seatbelts as he details what went wrong. The fool is the principle that created the Big Bang and hence the entire physical universe. The fool is at home in the realm of fantasy with his head in the clouds. He does not belong down here in a world of order. By his misthought, he has fallen from the world of his fantasies and landed in a place where he does not belong. His fantasies and impossible contradictions have now become a reality for all those who share the fool's misthinking. One means difference and negation. Two therefore means not a difference, or the same, or equal. This is a key word in our discussion on this topic. In terms of the circle, equality is represented by the radius, as a circle is a trace of points that are of equal distance from its center. The center is traditionally associated with the heart. As the radius comes from the heart center to trace out the circle, we can deduce that the radius is symbolic of love, because love comes from the heart center. This tells us that true love is coupled to the idea of equality. It is loving all things equally. The cosmic equation A plus B equals 20, which comes from the ellipse or the egg, has 20 as its result. 2 and 20 are the same if we use floating point arithmetic. This is saying that God, the cosmic Father, is love. The 2 of cups in the tarot means love, which confirms this idea. As the number 1 also means difference, 1 means a shortfall of 1 or minus 1. 2 therefore completes 1. We can see this in the orbit of electrons around the nucleus of an atom. The fundamental nature of an atom only allows a maximum of 2 electrons, which incidentally have minus charges, in any particular orbit. This is described by Schrödinger's equation. This means that numbers 1 and 2 form a pair, as do 3 and 4. Every even number completes the predecessing odd number. Therefore, if 2 means emotion, then 1 is also a type of emotion, as 1 and 2 are a pair. Note that 1 is a static number, while 2 means motion. Hence, 2 means love or emotion. 2 and true love symbolize stable and unchanging truth, and is mathematically represented by equations. For example, 3 times 4 equals 12 is an unchanging and eternal truth. As 2 means loving all things equally, and as 1 and 2 form a pair, then 1 means special love, as 1 and 2 are negations in meaning of each other. Special love is loving some things more than others. It culminates in the insanity of loving one thing more than anything else. Special love highlights unevenness, so it has highs and lows, making it an emotional roller coaster ride. The fool is often associated with a cap. In the Kabbalah, the first Sephiroth, symbolizing number 1, the number of the fool, means crown. The number 1 is also at the top of the tree of life. We are all familiar with the fool who is made to sit in the corner wearing a dunce cap. The corner is symbolic of the right angle. which represents undoing the stupidity of the fool, which is why he is made to sit in the corner. The hat that the fool is often shown wearing is the cone, which is symbolic of peak. The cone has an important message that it would like to convey, because it not only highlights the concept of peak, but it raises the center, the heart, source of love to the top. So it is a symbol of peak emotion. It is for this reason that the word cone has a 1 in it. The next card is called the Magician. She symbolizes the idea of true love based on equality. She undoes the crazy notion of peak love as symbolized by the cone. The Magician is often shown expressing the idea of as above, so below. She therefore also looks down from the top. If you look at the cone from the top, it is none other than a circle with a radius. In this way, the principle of equality is unified in both circle and radius, and the cone, peak love. The Magician, in her stance, is seen bringing what is on high, symbol of peak love, down. In this way she is indicating the even or equal nature of true emotion. The Magician is therefore symbolic of the flat world, which is two-dimensional. This corresponds to the Magician as the second tarot card. Peak love is sexual or orgasmic love. True love is infinite and goes beyond the very limited nature of the highs and lows of physical sensation. Peak love is physical and limited, while true love is spiritual and unlimited. The seed of the physical world comes from peak love, just like the seed that creates bodies comes from sexual orgasm. The tarot cards convey exactly the same idea. The Ace of Cups means fertility. The Ace of Wands means natural chaotic force or energy. The Ace of Discs means materiality, the physical world, the world of bodies. These ideas, the tarot tells us, and correctly so, are foolish and for children. They belong in movies and storybooks to teach us the most important lesson of all. Only loving all things equally has meaning. Special love is not evil, it is meaningless. This realization puts special love in its proper place, giving it a truly mighty purpose. Without awareness of special love, we could never experience the infinity of true love. The proper use of special love is to renounce it. Go to the mountain top with the knowledge that special love cannot last and therefore doesn't mean anything. Then renounce it. Rip it out of your heart where it has rooted its illusion and held you fast within its grasp. Invoke the Spirit and undo its craziness. Then you will never need to fall in love again. As the number 1 means minus or difference, the fool, if left to his own devices, originates the idea of unresolved differences, or differences which are not undone or negated. He therefore sees himself as different from everybody else, which leads to thoughts of separation and conflict. This idea is tied into special love, as they are both principles that overlap in the fool archetype.